I traveled all night to see you. And I'm here now. And I'm going to sing you a song. I'm here. I'm with you. You're my wife. And you married me 17 years ago. You married me. Now it's 18 years today. And I love you. I love you. I love you.
Cannonball!
That's my best Donald Trump.
That's your new dance?
That's my Donald Trump.
You're gonna do the white man overbite.
Yeah, those people know you're grinding then.
It sounds like that song was inspired by Elf.
Picked up on it, did you?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
I love you. I love you. I love you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Welcome to Cannonballing Life.
Thank you. Yes.
Coach and Derrick.
Coach and Derrick and SRP Studios LLC.com.
MotivateWithCoachCamp.com.
Yes. And
Cannonballing Life at gmail.com.
Go to Positive Voices, sign up for that group, and don't forget, we have a place you can donate to us at Motivate with Coach Camp on the Venmo. All right.
All in the description.
Let's do it. Woo! That was good. You know,
guitar solo.
It is a good guitar solo, actually. If I'd had the guitar when I was singing to Alicia,
Yeah.
Mother of Maddie, I think
I
she
could have jammed a bass line for you.
You know, did you see the cover up? Did you notice? Did you notice the cover up?
The cover up.
Yeah, so like I said 17, but then I was like, oh crap, today's 18. So when today makes 18 years, so I was like, I just shift hard. Made it sound right. Yeah.
Well, good morning, sir.
How are you?
Man, we're doing this early.
Popping. Yes, 8:42 to the a.m.
Early morning.
Central Time.
You snuck your jog in, so explain your hat and your attire.
Look,
right
let me
now
tell you,
for
let me
the
explain
viewers.
the weather. All right, first of all, 2 days ago, 75 degrees. I was laying out, had some shorts and flip flops. Today, I think it's 14 degrees below zero or something to that effect. My face felt like it.
It's glacial.
And I dropped Maddie Camp off at school, and I'm thinking to myself, man, I got like 45 minutes before we do our cannonball. I'm not driving all the way back home. That's 20 minutes one way. It makes no sense. Just driving in circles.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm just going to dress for it. I'm going to hit the pavement, get my 2 miles in. Oh, it's cold.
And you don't stink.
Well, it's all frozen.
You didn't sweat.
No, I didn't sweat. I had snot coming out. It's frozen. I had to chip that off my mustache. But
I can see now you're thawing out and it's dripping on the floor.
Yeah, sorry about that. Man, it was so cold, though.
I know.
Jeez, my fingers, they disappeared for a minute. It was like purple. And I went into the bathroom and it's like when I put it underwater, it was like, I was like, oh, they're crackling.
You need to get some of those O.J. Simpson isotoners.
But if they don't fit, you must have quit.
Man, have you seen the new doc on
I have
Netflix?
not. Does it say OJ would wear these? That would be my slogan. I don't know.
OJ approves.
OJ approves.
No, but it's a fascinating doc. I know there's been several.
Oh,
but this one really goes into detail of the investigation.
Yeah.
And timeline wise, starts at the very beginning.
Oh.
How the bodies were discovered and who called who and the first cop on site. All this. It's
that
really,
walk through the blood trail.
all this stuff. And of course, Mark Furman is a huge part of it.
Yeah. What was the guy that lived in the guest house thing?
Cato Kalin.
Cato Kalin. Man, he was a celebrity for a while.
And he talks about how he became a celebrity in the worst way. It really, I mean, it just destroyed him.
Yeah, I can imagine.
He was innocent. He had no...
Imagine if he would have been where Nicole was.
Right.
It really destroyed him.
Yeah.
That would have been a bad day for him.
It's fascinating. It's really well done. It's 3 parts. I think in total it's like 3.5, maybe close to 4 hours.
Wow.
And anyways, so I wanted to play that. I saw that post yesterday. I thought it was hilarious. I'm like, I'm gonna put that on the show.
That's funny.
And then in the last second, I was like, Coach, I got an intro for us. So like, okay, cool. And then boom, you didn't know it was coming.
I had no idea.
You had no idea.
I did know that I did that though. I was there when that happened. When I was a part of that activity.
You didn't black out?
I don't think so. I'm just glad I didn't get a throat punch. So it was good.
you can hear Alicia, mother of Maddie, kind of like laugh.
Yeah. It caught her off guard. What was that one? She has a rule.
Wrong
especially
sound.
in the morning. I can't get any pictures or video of her face I guess so. I don't know. She had morning face. I don't know what that is. So I said, all right.
Morning face.
I walked in. I said, look, I got something I want to say. Because she had already told me, by the way, yesterday was her anniversary. And she's like, look, don't be putting any of that mushy stuff out there. She's not big on public displays of mushiness like that. It's like,
Sure.
I just really love this years that we've gone by. It's all the same cliche stuff. So I said, okay, all right, I'm down with that. I'm down with not being average.
Yeah.
Because everybody does it. Not throwing shade on those that do, but that's just the common normal thing. So I said, I think I got something. And of course, one of my favorite Christmas movies all time, Elf. I'm like, I'm going to bring in some love off that. So when I came in, I just said, hey, look, stand here. All they're going to see the back of your head, and that's it.
Oh, so she knew.
She knew I was going to videotape. She knew what I was going to do.
Okay.
And then I started videotaping. Okay. And so all that was a surprise to her. And that
I
was
love you. I love you.
See, for me to get the surprise part, exactly, I had to fake it when I said 17. I'm like, oh, crap. In mid-stroke of the song, I'm like, no, today is actually 18. Got it right.
No, yeah. I mean,
it's been a long time. I mean, once you get past like 3, who knows?
Did she call you out on the...
I don't think I covered
getting
it up
the years wrong?
I covered it up pretty good, but when I make her listen to this episode, she'll absolutely know.
Did she see the post?
Oh, she saw the post.
Yeah.
So did a couple thousand people. I don't know if you noticed. It's like, so love you.
So, me and Coach rarely kind of tell each other where we're going with things.
True.
I have a list. You have a list.
I don't even know where I'm going with things.
So there's a few things I want to punch in. One, you mentioned several thousand people saw that post.
That's true. I can pull it up.
So we're always talking about people that listen to this show or watch this show. And you sent me a text from your friend Tony.
I did.
Okay. And you did a screenshot. First off, Tony, if you're watching or listening.
Big dog.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be picking on you here in a second.
Well, he's messed up in the head. He's a Red Sox fan. Now, who knows? Oh. Who does that?
Well, I knew he was anti-Yankees because in the text, he's like, you need to stop talking about the Yankees.
He's one of the number one people that mess with me all the time when the Yankees suck. But right now, they are thriving.
Well, if he's a Red Sox fan, then he knows Bostonians bust each other's balls.
Oh, well, he's a firefighter.
Oh, man. I'm liking this guy more and more.
Yeah, he's obviously.
But I still got to pick on him a tad.
Do it.
Just a little bit.
I like
it. In the text, he says, you need to stop talking about the Yankees on MWCC, Motivate with Coach Camp.
Oh,
Sir?
I didn't know what those initials meant.
Are you serious?
I didn't even pay attention.
You didn't figure that out?
I thought he was just like, Meryl. You remember the time it was IWYWKWK? I thought it was somebody saying yuck, 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 yuck. I thought somebody was laughing. I'm like, that's a laugh sound. That's cool. And then later, my daughter's like, that doesn't mean that. I'm like, oh.
You taught me that, by the way.
Well, and they
taught
me.
Now I see that hashtag everywhere.
And I just kept thinking it's a laugh sound.
Yuck, yuck, yuck.
But yeah, so.
Well, again, thank you for watching and listening, Tony. Thank you for what you do for the community as a fireman. Thank you for being a Red Sox fan. But it's the Cannonballing Life with Coach and Derrick.
That's what we are.
Yeah, so it's not NWCC, it's CLWCAD.
Oh, we need more
Just
initials.
Educating.
I just like it. Yeah, if we could add more alphabet.
We got 6 letters. This is something stupid I want to talk about.
That's good.
Can I do a shameless plug?
Oh, I want you to.
So anyone that watches and watching and then listening.
I need to talk to.
I need
Thank
2
you.
sounds for that.
Okay.
The coffee is not flowing well. It's not affecting my
face is just now thawing out. I'm glad I can say words. My tongue was stuck for a minute.
So I do other podcasts, host other podcasts, produce, own, and all of the above.
You do that?
And
That's true.
The Rhythm Section Podcast, a Memphis Music Podcast, has launched its new season.
Nice.
Its new season, first episode of 2025, came out on the 11th. So if anyone wants to learn more about the Memphis music scene and DeSoto County, Shelby County, greater Memphis area, go to the rhythmsectionpod.com.
Rhythm Section Pod.
The rhythmsectionpod.com. And go follow us.
Yes.
There you'll find our Facebook, Instagram, Apple, Spotify, and YouTube, all our episodes. Digest how you wish. But yeah, go check it out. Brand new season. And we're thriving in 25.
I know you are. Hey, look, so you have a lot of famous people on your show, musicians, stuff. Have you ever had Almost Famous?
Almost Famous?
Yeah.
Like from people from the movie?
No, the group.
Oh. Duh.
It's all right.
One member.
Oh.
Tommy Cathy.
Okay.
Bass player.
Yeah.
And we have reached out to the others. And some people just, I don't think they want to sit in front of a camera. I don't know.
Yeah, that happens. Yeah, I would ask them, though, what are you going to do if you become famous? Made it famous? I don't know.
They'd probably make less money.
Oh, well, there's always
No,
that.
they do really well.
They do.
For those that don't know, Almost Famous has been a premier band, cover band for years. And they play publicly a little bit here and there, but that's just to have fun and kind of keep a fan base. But they do a lot of corporate function, high-end, high-dollar stuff. And yeah, if you go to their website and start reading all their bios, all the members, there's 4, all have massive histories, and from the 70s through the 90s, record deals, touring with major artists. They all, in their own right, had massive resumes. The drummer, Bill Marshall, was the drummer for Hank Williams Jr. for like 15 years.
Wasn't Hank from the area?
I don't know.
I think he is.
I don't know. But that's why they went with Almost Famous, because, you know,
They were almost
famous.
That's all right. We're cannonballing, and that's not even almost cannonballing. We're like full-on cannonballing, brah.
The last thing I have on my list is Super Bowl.
Okay. All right. We can do that because I want to circle back to anniversary because I have a story about some bull crap.
Okay. Real quick, Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The end of last week's episode.
I predicted right again.
Because of the timeline,
Great Scott!
our episode drops 6 days after we film. At least that's kind of the rhythm we've been on.
Yep.
So, yeah, our episode dropped after the Super Bowl. So you and I ended. You congratulated the Eagles.
I did.
I congratulated.
That's all right. And dooba dooba dooba.
Coach, why?
I know why. I do know why, but I won't tell you.
Because it's 8:51 in the morning. That's why.
It's a very good chance that's true.
I congratulated the Chiefs. Now we know
It was
your Eagles won.
the Eagles. You know, I thought about it afterwards. We already knew I was going to be right because you know what shirt I had on?
I can't remember.
The shirt said I'm always right.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I would be lying if the shirt, if I'm like, I can't wear that if I'm not right.
Yeah.
So turns out. Yep.
So,
Yeah.
boring game. It was.
Maybe. It's funny because the second half, man, all of a sudden there was some incredible passes and catches by the Chiefs.
But too little, too late.
It was.
I mean, second
Defense was
half,
just
yes, it was
dominant.
more like late third quarter.
Yeah.
And that's too late when you're down.
Oh, no doubt.
When you're down at the time when they started making their comeback, I think they were down 33 or something like that.
Yeah, it was somewhere in there. It's pretty high.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it's too much.
Defense just crushed it. Well, you know, they said that defense wins Super Bowls just like pitching wins World Series. You know, it's the boring side of things sometimes, but the truth of the matter is if you have the recipe to win, you should go with the recipe.
Dropping balls loses World Series,
There's
too,
that
by the
too.
way.
Well, so does dropping balls everywhere in life. You will
Am I right,
lose
Tony?
At everything. You will lose at everything.
Am I right? The Yankees, you know, sometimes when they drop the ball,
Yeah.
they don't.
Well, I know one thing that the Red Sox have stayed true to. They just signed Alex Bregman, so they are committed to cheating.
Okay,
They brought over a cheater from the Astros. It's like, look, we have a cheating culture over here. Come on over. You're going to fit in fine.
You need to stop.
It's true story.
True story. But yeah, I mean, it was impressive to see what the Eagles were doing.
I thought it was cool that the one guy, and I can't remember his name, I think it started with a B, last name, caught his first interception ever was in the Super Bowl, and he ran it for a touchdown.
I didn't know that was
pretty
his
cool.
first.
That's pretty cool.
Sometimes it's fun to watch domination. You know, the Eagles just on all three facets.
They were hitting.
Just killed it.
Yep.
But
And I did see our boy N'Kobe Dean coming through the tunnel.
okay.
He was on crutches, but
Okay. I didn't know he wasn't playing.
well, he tore his patellar tendon.
Ooh, that doesn't
So
sound comfortable.
He's
at
out for
all.
a hot minute, but he was at least he was there. So that was
Yeah.
cool. That was cool.
Of course, we have to talk the halftime show briefly.
Man, I mean, look, I did make a TikTok.
Okay. What was your
the TikTok take.
thoughts on it?
Well, so
what's your
here's the deal.
take?
First, we got to be fair with everything.
Yeah.
And I had never heard of this guy. All right, that's
Okay.
not like that's a knock on him. Obviously, he's very popular and very rich and all that stuff. So there's a fan base for sure. I'm not denying that. Just because I don't know you don't mean anything. But I just didn't know the guy. So he comes on, and Maddie Camp definitely knows this guy,
Yeah. So does my daughter.
and you know can do some of the words because I don't think she understood all the words either. And I will make a comment to that. But somebody did point out that Pearl Jam Most of his stuff you couldn't hear either. And I'm like, you're not wrong. I can't understand anything Pearl Jam says, but he wasn't playing the
Bruce
halftime.
Springsteen? Sorry, I can't understand a word he's saying.
And then there's all those lyrics that we thought we knew all these years that were blinded by the light, rolled up like a girl, and a roller in the night. Nobody knows. Nobody really knows. So I get
Wrapped
it.
up like a deuce.
Oh, watch your mouth.
I don't know what it means.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
but we used to think it was something else.
I thought you had to go smoke one or take a poop. I don't know. Either way, I get it. So there's the whole idea that performers don't always enunciate well.
Yeah.
And it just
or
doesn't-
podcasters.
Or podcasters. There's that.
myself.
So I'm building the story of I'm not casting shade in that respect.
Right.
Now, is it my mojo of rap? No, because I've been known to drop a beat. I like more of an old school style rap. That's what you already know too. And to be honest with you, there was some pretty good choreography going on.
Yeah,
I was down with that, and the beat was good. I just don't understand a freaking thing. It sounded like dooba 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 the whole time. Dooba dooba dooba. And then I'm like, I don't understand. So then I thought maybe that's his angle. Maybe the whole rap is written like Mushmouth. And then as I heard more, I thought maybe it's a modern day version of beatbox because the Fat Boys beatbox and there was no words. It wasn't.
The
and then
Fat Boys.
But when I found out it was supposed to be a diss to Drake, then it was reality that you missed your mark, bro. Because only people that know what you're doing that already knew, know. Because nobody else knew. So IWIKRIKW, if you know, you know. Nobody else knew except the people that knew, and nobody else knows now. So that was the point.
I don't even know what you said.
Exactly.
I know enough because I just watch a lot of YouTube stuff. There's beefs. There's been a long-term beef with them.
They don't
too.
want to beef like Big Biggie and Tupac. Somebody gets shot in a Tupac.
So I don't hear lyrics in any music, even rock music, my favorite music, whatever
You're
music
listening
I'm
for the
listening.
bass, I bet.
I listen to the music.
Yeah.
But I also, my ears for some reason can't catch vocals. You know, some people, when you sing, sometimes you're rolling off the end of a word or things blend together, and then you got Eddie Vedders of the world. And so I've never been a lyric guy. There's probably songs that I'm like, oh, I love this song. And they're like, dude, do you know what that's about?
But I have no idea.
No idea, but
Rocks.
the riff is killer.
Oh, Black Betty, Bamalam. Nobody knows what Bamalam is.
But so my thing was, it was just flat. You know, I'm like, the whole time I'm like, okay, this is just kind of boring.
Well, and I agree with that part. So the performance side of it, like I said, choreography wasn't bad, music was, but when you look at a halftime show, for one moment in time, you have roughly 300 million people watching you around the world. I'm just guessing that number, but it's probably close. Dude, you want to bring the best of the best of the best. And I have my idea of the best halftime show that I've ever seen in my life. This isn't off any poll. This is what I actually witnessed. What do you think yours is? I know what mine is.
I remember the U2 halftime after 9/11 was pretty impactful.
That was a good one. That was definitely a good one.
Prince had a good one.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
And it's just because it was just so surreal where he's singing Purple Rain. They have purple lighting and it legit was gently raining. It was like, this is a movie set.
Yeah.
It was beyond real.
But I understand, obviously, millions of people love Kendrick Lamar.
Clearly.
And we're happy. Yes, we're being represented. So I love that.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, no halftime show is going to be for everyone.
Absolutely not.
I get it. So it's like, I didn't hate it. I'm
Yeah.
not protesting it like
Me
some
either.
people out there. That's ridiculous.
No, but I did see a lot of people very angry. He was standing on top of that car. I don't know what kind of car that was
Well,
necessarily.
he's a very short man, so he needed to.
Well, the car was supposed to be, I think it's an expensive, nice car.
Oh,
That was
come on, people.
That was what I get. I know. It's just they were
You're
upset.
just nitpicking on.
They probably
You're being
were.
Karens.
Yeah, I don't want to walk on my car either. So, but and you could fall. That's dangerous. And if he's short, that's a long fall. You got to think about all these things. So, yeah.
But anyways, Philadelphia Eagles win 3,000-0.
That's pretty much what it was.
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
I mean, good for you though.
Yeah, I mean-
Halftime, that's awesome.
There it is.
Yeah.
But my only suggestion would be in the future, if you're trying to do some kind of like disc record, make it where I understand what you're saying. And then like I might be on board because you know what? Sometimes you just got to throw a disc. Sometimes you do. Like I could drop beats right now, but I just don't have it. But I did sing earlier in this show and you understood those words.
Mm-hmm.
Love you. I
Well,
love you.
yeah.
I
You made it very easy
I acapellaed it.
for your lovely wife.
Can you quit slinging that nasty fly swat around?
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yes. Happy Valentine's Day to you too, but happy anniversary.
We are recording on Valentine's Day. By the way,
right.
people ask me all the time, like, did you plan that on purpose so you didn't have to do Valentine's Day? I just want you to know, we got married the day before Valentine's. Two things. One, she picked it. That wasn't me. We had dated for 5 years. Just a real fast story. It's not as funny or very interesting unless you're us, I guess. I don't know. But she's like, we dated for 5 years. And at the Christmas prior to, so February, you obviously see Christmas, I got her a ring. I said, we'll get married. And then she starts going down the road of, when are we ever going to get married, though? How long are we going to have to be engaged? So I was like, you know me. Well, thank you, dude. I'm pretty just impromptu.
I hope she did. But
no, I'm talking about you know me. You know, I'm just impromptu. I'm just like spur them. I'm just like, I'll get married right now. I don't care what you. I swear to you, it was like 4 weeks later. It's like, we're going to Arkansas. We're getting married. I'm like, okay.
Oh, so she
picked the day. She picked the place. She picked the person. We go to Hot Springs. We got married.
No big family, big, huge.
Two people followed us. I think we had dated for 5 years. She's like, you know what? I'm holding this dude accountable now. Boom. And then we got married. And then almost immediately, she regretted we didn't do a beach wedding. She always wanted to do a beach wedding. And I said, Pam Anderson done got married to Tommy Lee 6 times in the past year. There ain't no reason we can't get married again, so set it up. So the very next summer, we went to Florida and did a renewal of vows on the beach so we could do a whole ceremony. We had like 50 people there. But so she picked the day. I had nothing to do with that. Just saying. Yeah. Just say it just falls well for me. Plus, didn't want to be cliche and get married on the 14th like everybody else does. So we got married on 13th. Can't give I love you so much. You're my best friend, blah, blah, blah. So I sang a song. We just want to be a little different. There we go. Work it out. Heimlich.
Oh my God,
Heimlich.
Coach. I'm struggling this morning.
It's all right, bro. You got snot, and then you cut the back of your head open, and then there's that.
What I was going to say before choking, I do know enough about you to think that there might have been a chance where you would have wanted to go to Vegas and have Elvis marry y'all. Because I know you're an Elvis fan.
I am.
Any thought on that?
I never thought about it.
You never thought of it?
Nah.
You didn't. You seem like you would have pitched that to.
This is probably going to be a typical man answer, and if it's not a typical man answer, it's a typical Chris answer. Then I didn't think much about weddings. Yeah. Honestly, I mean, it's I think that's typical. Is that it's for the girl, really? Mm-hmm. So it's really just a formality. It's a business contract. My feelings did not change.
No,
after
a contract I've never signed. By the way, I've never been married.
Is that something you ever think about? I know a guy that can marry you if you ever get interested in that.
You.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
That would be crazy.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy when I think about it. I was like, wow, I hope those marriages stuck. I guess they're legal. I think they are. I did an online class.
Well, awesome, man. I've exhausted my list.
Hey, look.
Sorry. Thank you for letting me hog the first 20 minutes of the show.
I don't know, did you? Because we were talking about Super Bowl. Yeah, we can put that one to rest, though. Super Bowl's over with now. It's on to baseball season, and hopefully warmer temperatures in the near future because it's too cold outside.
Go Sox.
Oh, they're going all right down the tubes. So, Tube Sox. All right. I do want to add one more thing, though, to our anniversary story. So, I try to be very creative again. Mm-hmm. Now, this part's not so creative, but I sent her. I got online, tried to find some floral place. Floral place.
Sorry.
That's all right. Work through it. Oh, man, you believe in those flowers. And
quiz, was that a cough or a sneeze?
I think it was a cough.
That was a sneeze, actually.
It was a blend.
People always, since I was a child, like, are you coughing or sneezing? Mm-hmm. It's never changed.
Give you Robitussin. It covers all of it. So I went online and I found a place and I thought, all right, this would be good. So I was going to send her a dozen roses to her work. And then I'm trying to be insightful. Okay. So people again would say, oh, you're just being lazy. No, I was trying to be insightful. When we first started dating, I don't know what it was. Of course, we're talking almost 25 years ago. There wasn't a ton of restaurants in DeSoto County. There were some, but they had Outback, Applebee's, Chili's. Those were classics in South Haven. So we went to Outback a lot early in our dating career.
Solid choice.
I mean, you got a full spectrum, right? You got chicken and steak and everything.
Do you like the bloomin' onion?
I did. I mean, I wouldn't get it every time, but I've eaten plenty. And so she always got the Alice Springs chicken. So my thinking is I'm gonna do a callback. So call up to Outback, order smorgasbord, from salad all the way through to entree and dessert, all the things she used to get, and had that at the house. So when she got home, dinner. Now I tried to tell her that I made it from scratch, and she's like, "This is from Outback," and that's like, Yeah, but I mean, like I picked it up.
I decided what we were going to eat. What did you get?
I got the Alice Springs chicken with her.
What?
It's called Alice Spring Chicken.
Okay.
It's chicken breast with like cheese and bacon. It's pretty good. It's good.
You had me at bacon.
Yeah, it's good. So, great dinner. It all worked out well there. But the flowers.
Okay.
All right, this is the part where customer service. Wake up! Wake up! Scrap! Boom!
Come on. Button!
Wake up! Thank you.
I'm taking my frustrations out. Sorry to our fans out here.
I needed that kind of an intro to this. Listen, I am a reasonable person. If I go to a business, you don't have a lot of staff, so service is slow. I'm not upset. If you get something wrong, you're human. I'm not upset. There is some things that people jump to the conclusion of. Me, I'm trying to be understanding, but there's a point. There's a point, and it's not right anymore. I order some flowers. They agree on the price. I give them my credit card stuff, and they say, okay, it'll be delivered at such and such place at such and such time. Then they send me an email about 2 hours later and said they don't have the supplies at their store. They're going to have to get some supplies from another store, and it's going to cost $80 extra for the same order, but they're going to incur 40 of that, and then it just cost me $40 extra. I'm like, absolutely not. You took the order. You can't fill the order. I don't have to pay more for you to go get the supplies from someone else that you have to pay for. That's not my fault. Yeah. I'll call them up. I'll wait online an hour on the phone. Because you could have sent an email. I ain't doing that. I'm calling. I get the person on the phone. And I said, so let me get this straight. You guys don't have the supplies. You got to go get it from someone else. And you're going to charge me more for that because you have to go get it somewhere else. Yes, sir. I said, absolutely not. Give me my money back.
Yeah.
And he says, well, hold on. Well, would you like to get less of the order? No, I don't want to get less of the order.
I want what I ordered.
I ordered what I ordered because I wanted what I ordered. Give me what I ordered. And they're like, oh, well, you don't want less. Well, we could get you some different arrangements. At what point did I say, you know what, let's look at other options? I never did. I never said other options. I said, give me my order or give me my money.
Right. At the very least, just give a refund.
Give a refund.
Yeah.
These jokers put me on hold. They're like, hold, sir, and keep me on there like almost 10 more minutes.
Oh, God.
Finally, they come and say, we're going to go ahead and fill the order as is, sir. It's okay. And I'm like, all right, fine. Yeah. Then the order that I ordered is what I'm getting, right? I'm not getting a different order. And they're like, yes. It never came yesterday.
Oh, no.
If I knew where these people lived, I'm telling you right now.
And they still charged you? Did it hit you?
I have sent in emails and stuff. I'm blowing this thing up. I called twice. I'm not exaggerating or embellishing. On hold for over an hour. Finally get to an answering thing, and it says, no one is available at this time, and then hangs up.
Oh.
I left a message and I said, I'm a social media influencer and I'm about to blow y'all's crap up.
I'm a world star podcaster.
Blossom, I'm telling y'all what it is. Don't ever go to this stupid place swinging a nasty fly swatter. I'd take a nasty fly swatter and shove it up their butts, what I would do.
You quit.
That's what I would do.
Nasty fly swatter around.
Blossom flower delivery. Do not ever use that stupid place. And I'm blowing them up. I'm telling you right now, I'm going after them. I'm going after them. They're going down, dog. I know. There's another bad customer service thing that happened. I just can't remember what it was. I am insane. I am absolutely insane. So,
man, that would just,
dude, my blood
fire
pressure
me
was up.
Because, yeah, I mean, they pinged your account, your card, right?
Yeah.
It's been paid for.
Yes.
And never showed up.
Never showed up.
Wow.
These are idiots.
Man,
and
I would be beside myself right now.
Bad service there, but when you back it up to the point they wanted to charge me more for the supplies they didn't have, this is the equivalent of me showing up at your house to cut your grass.
Yeah.
And I tell you how much it's going to be. You pay me whatever that price is. And then I say to you, you know what? I don't have some of the equipment I need. I'm going to have to go rent some equipment, and it's just going to cost you an extra $50 for me to do the same job. I don't think so.
It's up to you to have the right equipment.
I don't know where these people come up with these things. I had a guy come out to put some lights into our swimming pool.
Okay.
And he come out and he looked at everything and he says, okay, it'll be this price blah, blah, blah. We can come out this day. I said, all right, fine. That sounds good. I'll take that price. Comes out. Him and his partner work for like 30 minutes, and they can't get the lights out of the pool, the old ones that are out, to put new LED lights in. So then he comes to me and goes, we're not able to get them out. I said, okay, well, sometimes it bees like that sometimes. I think that's a Bruno Brown.
It bees like
sometimes
that.
Sometimes mama say it bees like that. And then he's like, it'll be $120. I said,
for what?
$120 for y'all to realize you can't do the job? And he's like, well, for our service time. I don't think so. I don't think so. You know,
you didn't, you know.
It ain't my fault.
You didn't perform the job.
You
right?
can't do it. There's so many analogies you can use. It's like you come up to the table and you're like, you know, what do you want to eat? All right, take an order. Here's your bill. Okay. And you come back like, yeah, I really can't bring that food out. So anyways, I still need to take the money and a tip because, you know,
and a tip.
But the food's back there.
No, the tip's included. It's already, the gratuity is already in the bill.
Are you serious? Anyways,
man,
it's too much.
That would drive me nuts.
Too much. So yeah, that's what I dealt with this week. Other than that, things have been going pretty good.
So kind of similar, I guess. But I have a AAA story for you to piggyback with you. Many years ago, I owned a Ford Focus.
I'm trying to focus.
The biggest piece of S.
Oh.
So I break down on 55 heading south. North
and south.
Just north of Goodman, we'll say. And on the side of the highway, we'll say it's 4 p.m.
Okay. Rush hour.
Somewhere around there. I get off on the shoulder, and it's dangerous.
It is.
I mean, there's not a lot of room, and the cars are just whipping by. So it's the only time I've ever had issues with AAA. But I call them, I set it in motion. Okay, great. Now I wait, and I wait, and I'm waiting. I'm like, it doesn't usually take this long. So I call, a little agitated.
I would imagine so.
And the guy on the other end was agitated with my agitatedness. Did I just make up a word?
I think you did. But it's all right. Well, I'm going to try to spell it later.
Good deal. It is CLWCAD.
Oh, okay.
So the call ends. I'm like, all right. Basically, he was like, we're doing the best we can, and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, look, I've just been sitting here for whatever. Yeah. For however, 2 hours, 3 hours. Conversation ends. All right. I sit and wait and wait and wait. It's getting dark out, and I'm waiting and I'm waiting.
Jeopardy songs on.
Oh, God. So I'm like, I'm going to call again. So I call. I get a different person, obviously.
Sure.
They're like, sir, your order was closed.
Oh, snap.
And I think that jerk face was like, I'll show this guy.
Oh, yeah, he did.
And closed it.
What's his name? We're going to get him.
It's Coach Camp.
Oh,
No.
dang. Oh, man, that guy's a butthole.
I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. I'm like, I've been here for, at that time, I promise you, 6 hours. I'm just sitting on the hot, just all day.
Yeah, refund.
And they're like, we're not going to charge you for it. I wasn't going to get charged anyways because I had a good membership, but they're like, we won't count this, because you can't have 50 tows in a year. You're limited to a degree. They're like, don't worry, consider this a wash. Well, thanks.
Yeah.
They finally showed up. And then, of course, it's like a $2,000 issue with the car, and it was just a bad day.
Oh, my God.
It was a really bad day.
There's that part of customer service, though, where you should try to make amends on something. And, man, the flyer people, they got me all worked up. I ain't going to lie to you. They ain't getting no Christmas card from me, dadgummit.
Really?
Yeah, they're not. I'm going to send them down Poop Creek.
Poop Creek.
That's where they're going. Hey, you know what was going on this past week besides the Super Bowl? Something that Matty Camp used to be a part of. Cheer competitions down in Disney. Are you familiar with this?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me tell you something, man. There are a few times of the year you don't want to go to Disney.
Why doesn't she do it anymore?
Well, she just got tired of it. Remember, everybody's fake. Remember that? She was on here.
She didn't like the personnel.
Yeah, personnel or all people in world, I think. All peoples. Everybody's off.
I can relate. My daughter's kind of similar in that.
So very reclusified. But so if you ever decide to go to Disney, don't go in February. Don't go at Christmas or Thanksgiving, probably Thanksgiving, because they do like the parade and everything. Packed Weather's good in February, but man, so many freaking people. So
why in February?
Cheer comp.
Oh,
that's where it's at. Disney cheer comp, and it's from all over the world. Well, that's not true. All over America. It's from all over America. And so the all these girls that are friends or have been friends, or people that are friends of mine, and their kids. I see all these pictures of all of them down there cheer comp, and I was reminded of some less than great parental moments that I've had at Disney. I thought maybe I'd share that with you.
Let's go.
All right. So
the more talking you do today, the better this show will be.
You think so?
Yes.
Oh, well, one thing we've learned, Kendrick Lamar taught us this. You don't have to say words. Just make some mumble sounds.
I guess I could be a rapper.
And then I'm like, ooh, put a beat. Put a beat. We like it. It sounds good.
You're the only one that I need to talk to.
And that right there was a rap song. So we go down there. Probably started in 1995. And we go about every other year or so, not for cheer comp, just for family down there and stuff. So very familiar with Disney. Well, in our first couple times going, Zach Camp was about 3 or 4.
Oof.
Now, it's over 20 years ago. I'm telling you this story because it's significant to the Maddie Camp story coming up. So he's about 3 or 4. And I already told you about the busyness. And in the summertime, it's busy anyways. So we're down there. We got like 20 of us in the park, trying to navigate through this thing, family members and such.
That's a big party.
That's
a lot of people to keep track of.
Too many to walk back and forth across that thing. And we're standing in a line, and there's a lot of people. And so Zach's like 3 or 4, and then all of a sudden, I can't find him. Now, look, if you ever lose somebody, and I've lost Zach a few times, he's easy to wander. Yes. Exactly. And I got another story, too, that ties in with this. So Zach disappears, and we're frantically looking around. Now, this tells you a little story about him.
I'd be terrified.
I'm telling you how predictable he is.
I'm not the only one.
You're not the only one. So my face is just now thawing. I'm looking for this dude, and we hear an alarm going off. And I'm like, that's got to be him. He's 3 or 4, and I already know he's got to be the one causing this siren alarm thing going off.
Yeah.
And we go walking toward that sound, and we were near some Mickey Mouse stuff. There was like a little playset thing, and it was displays that you're not supposed to go to. It was like animatronics and stuff. Dude done climbed underneath all the stuff and got up in there and was playing in Mickey Mouse's house in the animatronics and set off the alarms. So obviously we found him. I'm like,
oh God,
classic moment. Big, busy Disney, obviously scary, but then he gives himself away. Another time, he's 10. He's literally 10 years old. He and I go to New York City for a week. We go do stuff. We go to ball games, whatever. We went to the National Smithsonian Science Museum. I don't know. It's got a whole lot of
I'm sure he was super interested in it, right?
There were parts, but there was one part in particular. So we're walking. It's busy. It's packed. And we're going, and it's 4 levels here in New York. And we go past this caveman display. It's like a diorama of things. And the cave people are naked, including the cave women.
Okay.
And so we're going past, and I see this. And of course, he chuckles or whatever. And then I'm going, and I go up to the next level. And then I look back, and he's not behind me. And I start looking all around for him. I'm like, how do I lose? He was right behind me. And then it dawns on me. I bet that idiot stayed at the caveman thing. I go back down there, Joker sitting there like Beavis and Butthead looking at the hairy cave woman.
Hey,
so, that's how I find Zach. What's the most obvious thing? Him. Maddie, not so much. Okay. Maddie, pretty responsible. So we're just transitioning back to Disney real fast. So at Disney, it can be chaotic. If you have small kids, that's why you see all these parents walking their kids around on a leash like a dog or something. It's quite interesting. But I can't say I blame them because they are sneaky, sly, quick. They are. But that's the thing. Maddie wasn't that old. She was like 6. So she wasn't like young where she would wander off, and she wasn't old like she could take care of herself necessarily. And I was a little bit more protective because it's a girl, obviously. And Zach, they're going to be like, oh, wait, let's get him back. I don't know
want him.
We signed up for something wrong on this. So it's like, he can't clean his room. So we're all standing close to each other, and I turn around, and I see she's standing right next to both brothers. Now, brothers are like respectively in age 15, 16 years old. They're older. So I'm thinking, well, she's safe. She's fine.
Yeah.
Turn around, do some other stuff. Look back. The boys are there. They're not there, and neither is she.
They're all gone.
Everybody's gone. So now I'm looking for them, and then I find them, and I say, hey, where's Maddie? And they're like, I don't know. Dude, I almost shut that whole park down. Walt didn't know that I could shut a whole park down.
Walt.
I was standing on top of stuff screaming, shut the gates! Shut the gates!
Oh, my God.
I was shutting everything down. Nobody was leaving that whole park. And within less than 40 seconds, a woman comes walking that works there and holding Maddie's hand. Maddie's crying and stuff. Somehow they walked off, didn't even pay attention to her. Left her. And then she was smart enough to go find a worker, a female worker, and then went looking for me. So,
oh my God! Thank
lost
God.
my kids twice, but I'm just telling that story
That's
because
terrifying.
it is terrifying in that place because it's so busy and it only takes that long.
Oh,
and they be gone.
Terrifying.
And they be gone. So yeah,
Oh,
probably don't get the parent of the ward on that, but I thought I would share it with you because I was watching all that activity down there. I was just like, dang, man, that's a lot of stuff they got going
And
on.
now, if you took the family to Disney and Zach, where did Zach go?
Yeah.
You're like, well, we're going to keep going this way.
Look, and I'm going to tell you something. He had a tendency to wander. One time
Was that some foreshadowing on his busybodiness?
Well, it was pretty foreshadowing.
Yeah.
I don't know that I always connected all the dots. We were at the Walmart in Hernando once, and he kept on wandering off. And I told him, I said, when we get up to the checkout and check out, we're done. We're going home. We lived over in the Cove. So if you know where Heritage Cove is, it's right over here.
Yeah.
It's right over here. So people that don't live here, it's right over here. And walking distance, to be honest with you, less than a half mile.
Uh-huh.
We go check out. I'm like, that's it. We're gone. He was 13 at the time. And then I get a phone call from a person at our church. He's like, hey, Zach's up here at the Walmart. Does he need a ride? I was like, well, you're welcome to give him a ride, but I ain't coming back to get him. He can walk home. They gave him a ride over.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Because you were checking out and he wasn't there with you. And you
I done told him several
I'm out.
times. I'm like, boy, we going to the checkout. I just want to go look at such. I'm like, we're going to the checkout. Lessons being learned. Well, we're in Hernando. If I was somewhere downtown.
He didn't have a cell phone, right?
Well, no, probably not back then.
Yeah. So you just stranded your son.
I did. Well, he stranded himself. That's the way I see it.
Well, there you go.
He stranded himself.
This is
He knew where. And plus,
life
like I said,
lessons.
We were right around the corner. It wasn't too far to walk. So, anyways.
And he knew he could, he knew how to walk home.
Well,
from
sure,
Walmart.
at 13. You
Yeah.
know. I mean, if I'm being overly.
You didn't do this to a 6-year-old.
No,
obviously.
if I'm being
13.
overly transparent, when I was 13, I was sneaking out of the house and borrowing the neighbor's car to go for joyrides.
Yeah, we've
so I mean,
told
it's
these
like,
stories, yes.
that's what I'm saying. So it's like there comes a point in time where it's like, how you're okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're okay. And we're in Hernando.
No, yeah. I'm not judging you.
Yeah.
I think it's radical. I
Yeah.
think it's cool.
Well, I was trying to teach it, but it didn't stick.
It didn't stick. It didn't work.
He obviously had nonstick pad.
To this day, you still leave him at Walmart.
Still leaving him. I swear, man.
Does he have his own car?
He has a roller skate. Is what I like to refer to it as.
What's that? What do you mean?
It's a very small car.
What is
It
it?
makes your car look very luxurious.
What is it?
It's like a Versa. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Those are small.
It's very small.
Probably like 50 miles to the gallon.
Oh, he gets some good gas mileage.
Yeah.
He'll tell you that part. He is proud of that
My
part.
little Corolla hatchback, man, 30. It's great.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong
Spoiled.
with that. It's pretty good, yeah.
Because someday I'm going to upgrade. Someday.
Yeah.
I want some kind of mid-size SUV.
I say get a Rolls Royce.
And then I'm going to be like, man, I miss that gas mileage.
That's true story now. Gas mileage does matter in small cars. It does matter in small cars.
Yeah.
Something that came to light this past week,
Okay.
and I know you can talk to this. Do you remember in high school, did you ever write notes to people?
Yeah, probably.
And
Pass
a
it.
note?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
And you remember it was like, I think we were training to be secret agents.
Okay.
The reason why
I missed that training.
Yeah, well, maybe. But that's how we had encrypted. It's like, pass it over there. Get that person. See that person? Pass it to them. Got that person right there. And then every once in a while, that teacher come by and grab that note and be like, what you got right here? And then sometimes
Read it out loud.
it might be a drawing of the teacher looking funny with the wart on her face or something. Like,
Or a naked cave woman.
could be a naked cave, especially if my son drew it with some hair coming out the boobie. So I'm like, wow. And I'm just,
Hey.
I think back. And
Hey, you said the word, so now I'm going to say what I thought earlier. Boobies are boobies.
well, they are. That's a true story.
I mean,
And I know men that have big
Being a
ones.
10-year-old.
I've seen big ones on men. So it can happen. It definitely can happen. And I look around and I'm thinking to myself, kids today only have to go blip, 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 blip. And their text messages are all over the school. Man, you had to be so smooth. You had to be so smooth in class. They don't even know. So that's why I am determined I don't know how I'm going to do this, but there's going to be a book or a Netflix series or something about the last generation of great top secret agents was born with Gen X.
That's right.
That's what I'm going to do.
Drinking out of the water hose.
Drinking out of water hoses.
Raised on neglect.
Absolutely.
What's the other one? There's another one.
You knew how to build a forest, a fort in the forest, and you could find your way out by looking at stars if you needed to.
Hiding nudie magazines miles out into the woods.
You had to put them in hollow parts of trees.
That's
People
right.
don't know about this.
Under rocks.
And before you could get a nudie magazine, a lot of times maybe it's just Sears catalog.
Dude, bra section.
I mean,
of course.
you got to find something. And then I remember actually as a kid, you had cable when cable finally came around.
Yeah.
You had those handful of channels.
The scrambled.
And it was scrambled. And then you're like, if you're up at night, and it's like, and you're like, I can't. I thought I saw a booby there. I
think I saw something.
Oh, no, that was an animal. Okay. So it's like, yeah, these kids nowadays, huh? Well.
When I think back on being 9, 10, I'd get on my bike and disappear.
Long as you got back before the lights came on the street.
Disappear.
That's it.
No one knows where I am.
Gone.
Of course, no phone.
Mm-mm.
Nothing. Just gone. I could not imagine when my daughter was 10.
I'd be panicked.
Getting on a bike and then disappearing.
Yeah.
And not knowing where she is.
Oh, no.
I couldn't.
Too scary.
So it's wild when I think about
Things
that.
are very different. Look, we would do stuff too that was probably very unsafe that my parents didn't know about.
I'd be miles from home.
Yeah.
I would just, I grew up in a good sized town. Now it's a city.
Yeah.
It grew to that point. And I'd be on the other side of it, hanging out with all of my other friends. Everyone's the same. 10,
That's
11
right.
years old, don't need to be home.
Doing stuff.
Craziness.
It was crazy. We would go in the woods, man, do all kind of wild stuff out there. One time it was like December-ish because it was ice on the water and the creeks, and we were doing some exploring. And it was funny because it just so happened at this moment, my dad had warned us about going out to this one area. He's like, y'all don't be going out there. And so I didn't want to get caught. So we tried to be sneaky. And my brother, my dang brother, I swear, falls in the creek, and we had to fish him out, and it's freezing cold. It's like freezing cold. And so then we're working to get him back out of there, out of the woods. And here's my thought. Here's my thinking process. This was before Chris Camp got savvy, because this is when I was dumb. And I don't know how old I was, probably about 12. My thought is, we'll take my brother to my neighbor's house, and then I'll go sneak in the house and get him a change of clothes. Nobody will notice. So I leave Jason over at their house, and then they put him under covers in their bed, soaking wet, freezing. I go in, and my mom sees me getting clothes. And I'm just like, she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, it's nothing. What you doing them clothes? Nothing. I'm just got some clothes over here. Why we investigating that? Everything's normal. Nothing out of normal. And then she keeps on. And then I'm like, well, Jason's next door, he's wet. Why is he wet? Only thing come up with, some kids held us down, and they had sprayed us with the water hose, Mom. It was so bad. It was a bad situation.
You're putting it on,
and I got busted.
Yeah, so, she didn't believe one word.
No,
of it.
Not even a bit of it. It's just like, man, what are you doing?
Caught red-handed.
You're an idiot.
And now that you're a parent and you see your kids doing something so obvious.
So obvious.
And they try to say, what? Nothing. I'm not doing anything out of the ordinary. Mm-hmm. What do you mean?
The problem is Zach's 27. He's still doing that. So it's like, wow, come on, man.
Is he still falling in the creeks?
Well, probably. I would say maybe. That's a possibility of that one. But,
well, Coach, what do you say?
I think that things are going pretty good. Next week, we got some big stuff going. We got some guests coming in today.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you have 2 interviews today as we film.
Yep.
We're filming, Valentine's Day. We established that. It's
yes, we did.
Friday the 14th.
It is Friday the 14th.
And, man, I don't know how we could make it happen, and it's not the first podcast I do that I experienced this. I don't like the lag.
What lag?
Time lag.
Oh.
Where is it? Bam.
Great Scott!
Like, I hate that we're filming on the 14th, but this will drop on the 20th.
So you think we should do it live?
No, God, no. Because, I don't know, we talk about current events on this show.
We do.
So it's Friday when we say, hey, this weekend we're doing this, that, and the other. By the time people hear it, it's already passed. People had to wait on pins and needles to hear us talk about the Super Bowl, because I know how anxious they were for that.
And I see what you're saying now. We've got to learn how to travel to the future. and I'm in.
No, I think we need to change our schedule, our published schedule.
Okay.
But we'll have to talk about that off.
We should publish it at a different time to go backwards in time. This is going to be good.
We need 30 days in between filming and publishing.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
I need a schematic.
No,
I can't keep up.
I like it when we can say this weekend.
Yes.
And when people hear it on published day, it's that weekend.
Oh, we got to do it in reverse.
Yeah. Like pretend Friday is our published day. And people are listening to this on Friday. And we're talking about Valentine's Day. And then we can say, this weekend we're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we come back the next week, we can recap the past weekend.
That's right.
And we're not asking people to do mental gymnastics and figure out, well, what weekend really was that? And why did it take them 2 weeks to talk about this? And
knick-knack, paddywhack.
Give a dog a bone. See?
Don't give him nothing but the microphone.
Dude, we're a rap team.
I like it, man. Let's go.
Woo! All right, I want to thank everyone for watching and listening to CLWCAD. We appreciate you.
That's right. That's a lot of letters.
6 to be exact.
Okay. Wow.
Also, check out the MWCC show, motivatewithcoachcamp.com.
Check out the RHP, Real Hernando Podcast.
Then, yes, the Rhythm Section podcast is what I was plugging
RSP?
earlier. TRS.
Why not?
TRSP.
TRSP.
Boom!
That's it.
MotivateWithCoachCam.com. We got that. SRP Studios LLC.com.
And Cannonballing Life at gmail.com.
I was right there with you.
I know it, man.
Positive Voices. Follow that group.
Do that.
Join the group.
Send 50 cents on the Venmo today.
Yep.
At Motivate with
If you
Coach
could do 60 cents, that way you cover the fee.
I like it.
And then you and I will each make a slick quarter.
Nice. Hey, man. That's going to work out. That's going to work out.
All right. Thank you for hanging out.
Yes.
I feel bad for all of you that you have to watch or listen to my mumble mouth today.
They deserve it.
I have a Real Hernando interview coming up, and I'm afraid. I'm worried that I'm going to have another bad show.
Sometimes you get the blood flowing. Yeah, you're good.
All right, y'all. Take care.